Hey guys, this is Dr. Aeronautics. This time we're going to be doing the second scenario, Tracks are for Trains, where we'll take command of Northeast Regional 171 from Baltimore to Washington. Northeast Regional 171 originates in Boston, Massachusetts, and goes through to Charlottesville and Lynchburg, where we will drop it off at Washington Union Station, where it would be switched out with a P-42 Genesis, although recently it's been going towards a I keep forgetting the Amtrak has their own name. It's like ALP something for the Charger. Anyway, that's irrelevant. You're likely to encounter more than just trains on the tracks today. Well, I wonder what that could be. We'll spend some time guessing what that could be. I have a few hunches. Okay, here we are. I really do like these paused briefings. It's just like the original train simulator. They really make things as they are in real life, where it's not go 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 go. It's, sit down, feel around. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. And what I'm going to do is operating Northeast Regional 171 to Washington Union Station, scheduled to depart at 1532. So we'll ensure to wait and get ready and don't depart until the conductor says to. The commuter train in front of you has reported a group of kids trespassing at the southern portal of the B&P tunnel. So stay vigilant and report any findings to the CET2 train dispatcher. This was going to be my first guess, was trespassers. It's unfortunately becoming more common, and I really hate it because every time there's a serious trespassing incident, it makes Amtrak a lot more likely to want to put up their new fence. This train's fancy. Their new fence, which is a really irritating. It's basically iron bars, but or steel bars, but it's painted. It's painted in black. It's really hard to climb over, and the reason I hate it so much is because it ruins the shots of passing trains. So if you want to do train spotting, you're better off getting the camera through the bars, because otherwise you won't be able to see properly. Ready to depart Baltimore, proceed on signal indication. Okay, we've got a restricting signal right now, so that's limiting us to 20 miles an hour. Yeah, it's extremely irritating. And a group of kids in Baltimore at that location, the B&P tunnel, is something that I could see happening. That's one of the hot spots that it could be in. Most likely it's a group of squeegee boys that want to wash the train's windows. And folks, if you want to do train spotting, please don't get spotted trespassing, because you're contributing to that issue of getting the ugly iron bar fence put up. Okay, clear 30. Get it. Just in time. Yeah, I can't see anything when the light goes out. we'll be stopping at BWI and New Carrollton. And I also have the timetable in front of us. So the real thing would leave Baltimore at, I have to be careful here that I don't speed, 3:43 p.m. Oops, no, I was looking at train 99. (3:27 p.m.) So my guess is that because I'm using a 2010 timetable, Amtrak has made some updates to it, as well as running trains at different cadences. You know, that can cause it. So I'm not able to do a one-for-one correlation like I was on the last video. But that's okay. It seems like things are as realistic as they can be for Train Simulator. Alright, we got any kids down here? Does not look like it. This is one of the hardest places to get into in the NEC because there's, per the satellite image, there's like 2 to 3 there's 2 to 3 barriers of fences that you have to get through to get onto the track. So in other words, once you climb one barbed wire fence, there's another barbed wire fence after it. You know, it's kind of like the Berlin Wall. It's really difficult to get in. So I'm going to run the bell just in case I see anybody down here. And I presume I can just keep rolling through unless I'm told otherwise. Alright, they're gonna jump down onto my train and start washing my windows. What's going on now? Okay, I did not see the group of kids. Amtrak 171 to CETC 2 dispatcher over. Go ahead, 171 over. No sign of trespassers at the south portal of BP nor Fulton interlocking over. Copy 171 over and out. Yeah, see, if you get spotted, they're gonna look for you again, and they're gonna keep looking for you until, you know, a long time has gone by. Unfortunately, I was in the woods one time when one of these Amtrak security maintenance away trucks was going by, and I was not trespassing. I was actually 150 feet into the woods because I heard the truck coming, so I figured, okay, I'll just back up. And amazingly enough, they actually spot me from within, I want to say, 3 full track lengths into the woods. Not just off the gravel, but like actually in the woods. Like far enough into the woods that you could see houses and other things that, you know, aren't part of the tracks. You know, not anywhere near the fence line, or where the fence line would be. And they stop and they start staring at me. So all I do is just wave, and then they keep rolling again. But, you know, It's like there's nothing wrong with that, but it drives me crazy, you know, that you could be 200 feet in the woods, and it's almost like they have a set of high-power binoculars with what's the word? With infrared lenses. It's pretty insane. Again, nothing wrong with what I was doing. I was 3 full track lengths off the. I was about as far off as that row house was there. Nothing illegal about it. So kids, don't get yourself spotted on the tracks, which is illegal. So this time I'm not recording while uploading, which makes things much better for frame rate. I can definitely see. And one neat thing about this is I don't think I've ever had the ACS 64 up this fast, because I've only operated it before on the New York to New Haven line, which is speed limit wise is a joke, because the highest speed that you can hope to achieve is 100 miles an hour, and that's only for a few seconds. Forgot the dead man is active. The ACS 64 really has poor pickup at very high speeds, which kind of surprises me, because I have seen them all the way up to 125 miles an hour. Looks like we're getting pretty close to topping out. I think I can see Galport up ahead. Yep. So if I would blow the horn if I were doing this, because let me tell you, I've been in that guy's position on the tracks before, and it is really scary. The train really sucks you in. Come on now, slow down. Why are my brakes on? There we go. Okay, the brakes on this train are much weaker than the Acela Express's. I love this autumn color. Very realistic. This part of the world really lights up in the autumn. It's got a lot of very intense deciduous trees. Not just lots of deciduous trees, but lots of intensely colored ones. Really happy that you can work the brakes up and down. I haven't seen many trains that you can do that, because you're going to run out of air. Cool. First stop, BWI. First stop with me in charge. Yeah, those the Amfleets have plates that the conductors can put over top, and those plates would be active because, as you can see, BWI is a high-level platform. We're going to be here quite a bit, so might as well take a look around. It's always fun when you're stopped and you get a high-speed Acela train passing by, because your train, just like the people on the tracks, will get sucked in by the Bernoulli's law, low-pressure vacuum, which is the exact same suction force as what that makes airplanes fly. So these look like the exact same Douglas fir tree designs, like the 35-meter fir trees from the Stevens Pass route, and they look right, but it's the wrong labeled tree. Now you can't see the labeling anywhere, so I'm not going to complain about that. But for the record, Douglas fir trees tend to not grow in this area. They can. That being said, they're not normal. I think this is trying to simulate a loblolly pine tree. That kind of tree is something that you would see along the side of the railroad at this point. I love how crystal clear the sky is. From living in this area, I can tell you that there is no pure season in terms of air than autumn. It is absolutely gorgeous. Crystal clear blue sky with lots of orange color in the trees. Regional 171, okay to go. One of the things that I simply have to demand in Train Simulator is very good environmental files that accurately simulate sunrise, sunset, and weather. So far, weather has been good. The sunrise and sunset seems to be off by an hour in the winter, and I'm guessing it's not off in the summer though. So I'm guessing what it is the environment files are simulated only for oh, now this is interesting. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. I believe that we are only that is only incorrect because of daylight savings time. You know, the environmental files are built so that they only function while daylight savings time is active, which I can understand. That's not how the clocks work, but I mean it is how the world works. The world doesn't magically, you know, move an hour forward, an hour backward. That's just our civil our civil solution to how time works. Okay, and here's what I was going to say earlier that surprised me. I see a finger that says go via North Limits Bowie, which is an interlock. So the deal with that is, remember, it said that you're going to see stuff on the tracks besides just trains. And I mentioned that Fulton was one of the places that you would see people. The other people that is, or sorry, the other locations that it's extremely likely to see people is Bowie. That's one of them. Another one is Seabrook, although recently they've installed that nasty looking fencing in Seabrook. So that has been they've made it very difficult for people to get on the tracks there, so it probably doesn't happen anymore there. And the other place is the New Carrollton area, there and just south of that in Landon. So if we're going to see trespassers, there's a very good chance that they're going to be in those areas, because those are the high trafficked, you know, foot traffic, want to get from one side of the neighborhood to the other side of the neighborhood without using the bridge, because no one wants to walk half a mile between the bridges. That's how that works. So we'll see what happens. I've been train spotting at Bowie before, and I have seen people crossing the tracks at Bowie. I don't think I have a video of people crossing the tracks, but I have seen it happening there. So if that's where we see people trespassing, I will say deja vu to that, because that's something that I've witnessed. Oh, beautiful. The sounds are realistic too. There's a few interlocking switches that Amtrak refuses to replace, and in those places you'll hear like a crashing sound because the rail plates haven't been replaced. So you'll hear the train going over the train. It has a specific rhythm to it, and it's bam 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 bam. So if you've ever heard that noise before, you would know that's exactly what it sounds like. Wow, we've topped out. Come on, guys, how hard is it to get the physics right on this? I know the ACS 64 can do 125. Whoa, boy. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Yeah. That being said, this is realistic. A ACS 64 going down the number 1 track. That's what they do. Or sorry, not the number 1, the number 3. They go southbound on the number 3s through here. So that is realistic routing. Now let's see if the inside of the amp plate sounds right. That's pretty close. Yeah, that's about what it sounds like. These railroad cars are from the late 70s. They're almost 50 years old. It's incredible. Alright, I think we're getting close to the Patuxent River now. Yeah, milepost 118. That's still the Patuxent. Yeah, that's one of the Patuxent Wildlife Refuge drives that we just crossed over. Ones that they use, that Patuxent Wildlife Refuge maintenance of way vehicles will do to maintain their fence and do security as any federal agency would in the U.S. I'm really glad my frame rate performance is a lot better after considering that we're not uploading. I wasn't sure if it would be better or not, more than 10 frames, but it certainly is. Okay, we just crossed the Big Patuxent River, milepost 118. 119 should be coming up soon, and so should Bowie State. I'm going to save just so that I don't have a memory error, because that would be unfortunate if we had to start over again. Alright, coming up to Bowie State University at a greater speed than 60, so that's going to be on Bell, that is. Okay, let's see if something happens here. There they are. I gave them a horn blast for that. Well, now we're probably going to have to report them. Yes, you observed 2 adult males trespassing on the right-of-way at milepost 120.1, and that's exactly where it was. Amtrak 171 to CETC1 dispatcher, over. Go ahead, 171, over. I just saw 2 trespassers at the north limits of Bowie interlocking. They were standing in the gauge of number 1 track and appeared to be adult males dressed in black, over. CETC1 will inform Amtrak police immediately. Thank you for the report. Over and out. And what's going to happen now is that ugly black fence is going to be there and ruin yet another good train spotting location from the NEC. So guys, the lesson is don't do what was simulated here. It wasn't real, but if you trespass, that's exactly what happens. So don't do it. Now, I was actually surprised that they were before the bridge. Normally when you see trespassers in Bowie, they're south of the bridge, right in between where the Bowie widens. That's where they tend to cross. Alright, I've been on Northeast Regionals plenty of time to know that the breaking point for New Carrollton is Seabrook. So once we get to Seabrook, that's when we notch off and begin applying the brakes. I have to say, things have been nice and smooth so far. I haven't touched the throttle in probably over 10 miles. Seabrook. Wow, I'm surprised we were late given we were at 100% pretty much the entire time. That means that I need to get better with my acceleration and or braking. Regional 171, okay to proceed. Surprised we got wheel slip there. But then again, it is the autumn, so there's plenty of leaves on the tracks. You know what it might be? This is a 9-car regional. If it were an 8-car regional, we would probably be going a little bit faster and have a little bit more performance. Most regionals will have 8 cars. Sometimes they'll have 7, sometimes they'll have 9, depending on the ridership. I would imagine that removing 1 car would probably get you from 120 to 125. So that might be why we're seeing the reduced physics. Okay, here's the Anacostia over entering Washington D.C. now. It's like service 5% doesn't do anything. It's not until you get to like 25% that something happens. That's a signal you don't see every day. I didn't see the top head, but I read the bottom head as approach, so pretty interesting that one was. Now, so far, Washington Union Station has been mostly empty when I've seen it, although I don't think I've seen it in the career scenario from the front. At any given time, typically almost half, if not even more than half, of the tracks at Union Station will be occupied. Northbound MARC train. And I can see that we have a red signal. Oh shoot. Come on, don't spad, don't spad, don't spad. That was close. Okay, they normally don't go up to notch 8 there. Jeez. Well, we're showing up as 8 minutes early, so I'm not worried about this red signal right now, just as long as it'll turn green a little bit later. Okay, that wasn't nearly as close as I thought it was, but a lot closer than I would have liked. Alright, well, no use watching a red signal. I'll keep the video paused until we get a favorable aspect here. Okay, I see another MARC train coming out, so my guess is we're being held for him. And as I said in my previous Microsoft Train Simulator videos all the time, this is a normal occurrence where, you know, the last station there's a long wait to making sure that the track is open. And it looks like we're having quite a long wait there. I'm trying to find the trip sensor for the signal. We are definitely not past the signal. That much is true, but I'm not sure why it's not indicated properly. Oh, shoot. We got it. It just took a long time. It's kind of annoying, though, that it held us all the way to the arrival time, because now there's no way for me to pull into the station in time for the scenario to end. So I'm going to get late points for a reason I'm not sure of. Because when the signal turns, but it doesn't give you enough time to get into the station, that's kind of, not exactly fair. So I'm not sure why that happened the way it did. Hopefully it doesn't cause me a big point penalty, because that would be really annoying. Alright, I'm going to try to stop the train a little bit short here to try to minimize the lateness that we are. Okay, we got some more point. Secure the locomotive, and then your shift will be completed. Fantastic. Okay, well, at least I got silver. That's kind of frustrating, though, that we were held up at that signal for that long. Yeah, not exactly sure why that happened. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye-bye.